But my first trip here was I got to stay with Paulo Barcelos on the other side of Rio.
Oh yeah.
I want to say it's Barra da Juca.
Oh yeah.
And it was my first experience with Brazil. And it was funny because 3 days in his little community, there's a full-on, awesome, massive parade right through his complex, like right through that whole thing. And I got down there closer, and we went down there, and it was a full-on parade for transvestites. Like they were the center. They were the center of the whole.
That there's anything wrong with that?
No, but they were. But
this is interesting.
It was pretty amazing, actually, because it was like it was like
carnival for transvestites.
Yes.
Cool.
And it was in his complex, and that was my first experience of carnival.
And transvestites, maybe in a large group at one time?
Well, no, I grew up in a small town in Imperial Beach, so transvestites, not saying we're common, but if you wanted to drive 25 minutes, it's the gay capital of Southern California.
Oh, I didn't know this.
So, yeah, Hillcrest.
Okay.
So, yeah, so
not unfamiliar with some gender sexuality differences in your life?
No.
Okay, cool. But so you weren't shocked and just kind of like sitting in your room praying for their sins and stuff like that?
No, okay, I was more amazed than anything.
Yeah, I would be.
I was like, whoa. So, no, it was pretty cool. But then...
But hey, welcome to Brazil.
Yeah. The tour started back up, and then Itacoatiara was on the map.
Yeah.
And each time I come here, I'm like, okay, I got to figure out how to stay here for at least a month.
Yeah.
And soak it all in, because coming in here for a couple weeks at a time, I feel like I don't get enough.
Yeah, sure.
It's pretty amazing.
Sure.
Yeah.
For me too, I mean, this is my second trip here to Brazil. It was always somewhere, it was never anywhere that I really had on my radar.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Just never really had a great urge to come here.
Yeah.
But now when I'm here, and particularly this beach, I mean, even though, it is like, I said this the last time I came here 2 years ago, it's the most beautiful place I've ever seen. Or it's up there, actually, the north of Norway is probably the most beautiful place I've ever seen with my own eyes. But this is like a very uniquely beautiful place. The only downside to it is like the impact of humans on it.
Yeah.
The natural beauty is just outstanding.
Yeah.
The Bay of Rio, the Guanabara Bay is just like, you can imagine the conquistadors or whoever sailed here first and saw this.
Yeah.
I think they thought it was the Garden of Eden, right? Like when they rocked up, they were just like, we found it.
Yeah.
And I can imagine this place would have just been lush.
No, you're right. I think there's a story, folklore, that back in this corner's the Fountain of Youth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that was here too.
Yeah, and the indigenous people back in the day never grew old. It's one of those stories. But I mean, you have this beautiful place less than an hour away from metropolis of Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah,
so of course you're going to have, we went picking up trash this morning.
We did that.
And there's 20 people, 25 people, 25 of us, and just one walk up and down the beach filled up most of the bags. Yeah. So it's a shame, it's the education here obviously isn't geared to that yet. Although there are some projects that we saw one project here where they were teaching the kids, hey, this is the beautiful things of the ocean. Here's what's messing it up. Yeah. So they're educating slowly but surely. But no, I agree. This is to me probably one of the most beautiful beaches on the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. White sand, warm water, trails galore.
Yeah.
Just in this area. And it's one of my favorite parts, I hate to say, is you can camp out on the beach and you don't have to leave. There's vendors up and down the beach selling these delicious sandwiches, these pastries. They got juice, they got beer, they got everything. You don't have to leave.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. Where I'm from, you have to get up out of your chair. You got to get off of the beach, go to a restaurant or something off of the beach. But here, you set up camp and you're golden.
Maybe even lose your spot. Or you keep your chair there.
Yeah, you keep your chair there.